Hey, it's the Blind Man Handyman, and here I'm on my rant again about Russia and the war and stuff. You know, there's other things that I wanted to mention that I admired about Russia is the people. I've met quite a few of them, and they're wonderful people, uh, and they're very intelligent. I believe that a lot of the titanium of the world is made in Russia, and when all the countries of the world came together and brought all their nuclear ideas together, the Russians had come up with this idea called the TokaMac, and it's a reactor that is supposed to mimic the sun using powerful magnets and all that kind of stuff. And they're trying to build it. This project was something like $6 billion, and I think now they're up to like $65 billion. I believe in it in some ways. That I think it's a great idea. It's pretty cool. But we got two factors there. We're trying to create a sun on our planet so that we can have endless electricity really easily made. So we're making this abundant amount of power so then everybody can turn the heater on, everybody can run air conditioners, all that kind of stuff. So energy is heat, and we already have a bunch of it under our feet. Okay? So I think that we need, $65 billion could drill a lot of holes. And also, if there's some mines, like you take up by Yellowknife, there's a mine down there. It's a diamond mine, and it's down like 2 kilometers or something like that or more. And down that mine, you could probably heat the Yellowknife City, maybe, because when you're down at the bottom of that mine, it is like 34 degrees or something. So you could pump water down to that and use heat pumps, so you'd have because it fills up full of water anyway when you shut the pumps off. So you could be circulating the water and using heat pumps to heat people's homes. Because heat pumps won't work there because the air is too cold. But if you could pump that water to Yellowknife and back, insulated tunnels, and take the heat out, send it back almost to 0 degrees, and heat it back up and down in that mine, well, you could do a lot of heating of infrastructure. Even if you took that water and you heated up to heat all the pipes around the town to keep the sewer lines from freezing and stuff like that, and keep the roads from freezing, like infrastructure, you could use it. It wouldn't be crazy expensive. But I think there's lots of ideas we can do. I think that the polar ice caps, we could mount solar panels in outer space, and the solar panels, we could run them all together, and then we could use a laser, and then we could shoot laser power down to Earth and have it tracking, moving, and keeping it totally onto basically a pot, and heating that pot up to boil water to run steam. And I mean, it would be running continuously. The only thing is you have to keep the tracking of the laser on that spot, and as it went around and got so far, you could probably have another laser that would come in to view, and then another laser. So you could have 4 spots or 6 spots where they're focaling and you can change the laser setting. So as one laser spins, as the Earth is spinning, the laser turns off one and then shoots onto another one, and then as it's going around, the laser shoots down and heats up that area. Then when it gets out of range of that one, then the other laser comes on, and then so it's always one of those lasers is always heating the boiler, so it's continuously running. So you've got steam power and you can make electricity that way. And the cool thing about that is you're reflecting the sun away, absorbing the energy, and helping our solar ice caps from melting. There's lots of weird, crazy things we can do. If we're going to be crazy and try to build a sun on the Earth, why don't we try to figure out how we can use the carbon that we've got all in the air and make roads out of it, or build buildings out of it. Carbon capture. I'm pretty sure there's lots of ideas, and that's what the Russians should be working on, and everybody should be working on, instead of how we can blow each other up and suffocate and kill ourselves and poison ourselves. We all gotta work together. There's no reason for anybody to be out of work. This is ridiculous. We have all these big problems to solve. Everybody needs to get to work doing it. You know? I'm trying to build a machine for fixing stuff. So you guys can build your stuff, and I'll work on helping you fix it. I don't know, or help build it. There's lots of things to be doing. We just all have to work together. And there's one thing that I know would probably fix a lot of stuff, but it's a very big thing to think about. If we could make the world currency to be one, then we could all trade equally. I know that would be difficult because it is harder in other countries than like this down south. They don't have to heat stuff. In Canada, it's different. But there should be a compromise. We have to figure out how to balance. Maybe we can bring stuff up to the north to freeze, which would be free. Well, not totally free, but to keep something cool, and then we can bring stuff down south. There has to be a balance. We need to balance things out. Well, thanks for watching The Blind Man Handyman, and hopefully we can have some more crazy discussions like this, a little more intelligent. I'm trying to show you what you could do is if you put your mind to it, there's even more stuff we can do. And there's lots of ideas out there. Thank you. I know I'm blind. Don't worry about it. And I also learned, I'll talk to you later.